What is up, everybody? I'm hoping you're all well, and yes, once again 2017 has come and gone. I've already looked back over the best movies of 2017 and the worst. If you haven't checked those videos out, please do check them out now. They're on my channel. And now it's time to look forward onto 2018 for my top 10 most anticipated movies of this year. And there are a lot of movies coming out this year that I am really excited for. So many, in fact, that I couldn't fit them all onto a top 10 list. So before I get on with this list, I'd just like to go through my honourable mentions for you guys. Those movies include Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, Mowgli, Coco, Venom, Jurassic World: The Fallen Kingdom, Annihilation, and Ready Player One. All movies that I'm incredibly excited for, but there are just a few more movies that I'm more excited to see. And also keep in mind, as always, that this is my personal list. These are movies that I am personally more excited to see this year. There may be movies on this list that you don't give a shit about, or maybe movies you haven't even heard of, but this is why I made my top 10 list, to tell you what I'm more excited about. And if you haven't heard of any of them, look them up, because they are very interesting and I am very excited to see these films for very specific reasons. But without any further ado, let's get on with this list. In at number 10 is Shane Black's return to the Predator franchise. That is The Predator. Now, I adore the first Predator movie. I really enjoy the second one as well as Predators. Although I do think the second Predator is better than Predators, I do have to say that I find enjoyment in both of those films. And now that Shane Black is returning, who originally was Hawkins in the first Predator, if I remember correctly, and I believe he actually helped out a little bit with a few of the lines that went into the script. I can't be sure on that, so don't quote me on that, but it's good to see him returning into this franchise. I love all his other movies, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and The Nice Guys, being movies that I think are criminally overlooked, and I definitely recommend checking out if you haven't already. I think he's a fantastic filmmaker, and I can't wait to see what he does with this franchise, and I am expecting an Arnold Schwarzenegger cameo. Please, Shane, just give me that, just one more cameo from Arnold Schwarzenegger, please. In at number 9 is the first Marvel movie on my list. That is Ant-Man and the Wasp. I loved Ant-Man when it first came out. Paul Rudd is a national treasure. He is just one of the funniest guys working in Hollywood today. And I can't wait to see what they do with the second part of his character, as well as Evangeline Lilly as the Wasp. And I've also heard that Michelle Pfeiffer has been cast as the original Wasp, so it's very interesting to see how she survived going into that whole different realm that Ant-Man went into. I've forgotten the name of it. I really should look it up. I'm not so good at that sort of stuff. At number 8, the sequel to Sicario, Soldado. I believe it's how you pronounce it. I'm not entirely sure if that's correct. And although Denis Villeneuve is not returning to direct this movie, it does have Taylor Sheridan returning to write it, as well as Josh Brolin and Benicio del Toro returning to their respective roles. I'm incredibly excited to see what they can do with this movie. Taylor Sheridan has proven to himself to be a very fantastic writer, and that's the reason it made it onto my number 8 spot of my most anticipated movies of the year, because I cannot wait to see where they take these characters and this story. In at number 7 is Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet. I am incredibly excited for this film. I loved Wreck-It Ralph. I thought it was hilarious, heartwarming. The cast was amazing, the animation was beautiful, and I can't wait to see where they take these characters in the sequel. It's going to be epic. In at number 6 is A Quiet Place, and not many people seem to know much about this film, and to be honest, if my sister hadn't tagged me in the trailer for this movie, I wouldn't know anything about it either. But for those of you who don't know, I'll run you down about what it's basically about. John Krasinski and Emily Blunt play husband and wife, I presume with kids. However, they are living in a world where they cannot make any sound. They're communicating through sign language, because just the slightest sound, the slightest noise brings these creatures that will just destroy anything, the slightest sound, no matter what it is. And because they've got kids there, of course, something's going to happen, whether they sneeze at the wrong time or cough, anything like that. All these creatures are just going to come down and tear shit up. At least that's all I know about the film. I know nothing else other than that. I saw the trailer. I was incredibly tense throughout that trailer. It looks like it could be one of the scariest movies of the year. I'm incredibly excited for it. Hence my number 6 spot. In at number 5 is Deadpool 2. I am so excited for Deadpool 2. Once I saw the trailer, I was absolutely pissing myself. I loved it. It was hilarious. The first Deadpool was outstanding. Sure, unfortunately, we're not getting the original director of the first Deadpool coming back for this movie, but I am very interested to see where David Leitch, I believe is how you pronounce his name. I could be wrong there. I know he directed Atomic Blonde and worked on both the John Wick films, so I am very interested to see where he takes these characters, his interpretation of these characters. But of course, Ryan Reynolds returning as Deadpool is going to be one of the highlights, because this guy is just perfect as this role. I can't wait to see what else he does with this character. In at number 4 is the next Marvel movie that we are going to see. That is Black Panther. Not only does this movie boast a great cast and it's a Marvel movie, but it also has a fantastic director behind it in Ryan Coogler, who impressed me so much with Creed. I love this director. I haven't looked at anything else that he's done, I don't think anyway. I really should though, because he's a fantastic director, and this movie, just from the trailer, looks absolutely stunning. I cannot wait to see this film. And once again, it's Marvel. They're not really ones to let me down with movies. I love every single one of their films, or at least enjoy them. None of them I've actually outright hated. But the trailer looks action-packed, the visual effects look stunning. Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther looks outstanding, and Andy Serkis looks absolutely badass. In at number 3 is a movie I have been dying to see for years. I am literally going to be kicking kids out of the way to get a front row seat for this film. That is The Incredibles 2. I have been waiting so long for a sequel to this movie. I am so excited to see this movie back on the big screen. The animation as usual looks absolutely gorgeous. It's Disney Pixar. Other than Cars, I can't see them letting me down. And of course we have original cast returning to voice the characters, and Brad Bird returning to direct, I believe. Pretty sure that's right. Could be wrong. I should really probably start looking things up more before I start recording videos. But yes, Incredibles 2. So excited. Cannot wait. In at number 2 is Solo, a Star Wars story. Not only because it's Star Wars, but also because Ron Howard recently took up directing duties for the movie. The cast looks pretty good, and I've heard that it is going to be basically a gangster-style movie, which is exactly what I want to see with this character. I don't know what to expect from this movie. I know he's going to be meeting Chewbacca in this film, which is going to be incredible to see, but I don't know anything else about it. I'm pretty sure we'll see Jabba the Hutt at some point, but I'd really like to see Boba Fett as well. I've enjoyed every Star Wars movie so far, except the prequels, because although a few good moments here and there, they are basically shit. But I really enjoyed Rogue One. I am incredibly excited to see where they take the character of Han Solo before we actually saw him in the Star Wars movies. I am very worried, of course, that they may ruin his character, but hopefully that's not the case. Either way, it's my number 2 spot. Can't wait to see the film. And in at number 1, is there any other movie this could have been? It has got one of the biggest casts ever assembled. It is, of course, Marvel's Avengers Infinity Wars Part 1. Although I've heard it might be changing the title to the second part, so it may just be Infinity Wars for this one, and then whatever the title's going to be for the next one. What can I say about this movie that hasn't already been said? Everyone is so excited for this film, myself included. Every single actor in this movie suits their roles perfectly. Josh Brolin looks absolutely badass as Thanos. People are going to die. It's going to be heartbreaking. It's going to be funny. And of course, it's going to be incredibly action-packed with some stunning visual effects. We've got some outstanding directors at the helm and the studios. Since Disney have bought Marvel Studios anyway, they have not let me down. They have continued to impress me. This movie is going to blow everyone away this year. I can guarantee it, at least I hope so. I'm so excited for it. So those are my most anticipated movies of 2018. I also left out one honorable mention in Aquaman. I literally just looked at my list and noticed that it was there. Yes, Aquaman is another honorable mention of mine. I probably should have put it back in with the honorable mentions, but oh well, there we go. Anyway, rambling, what do you guys think of this list? Do you agree with some of the picks that I've put on here? Would you have put other movies on there that I maybe don't know about? And what are your most anticipated movies of 2018? What are you most excited to see this year? Whatever they are, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks as always for watching, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Share the video with friends, and if you want to see more videos just like this one, then subscribe to my channel for more. Thanks again for watching. You guys are awesome, and I will see you all in the next video.